Hi YouTube, Perry364 back with another Monopoly review. This time I've got one of my older Monopolies, the Betty Boop Collector's Edition. This was a 2002 Monopoly, quite rare. I don't think it was out for very long. I bought it on eBay for £50. It's got a few scuff marks, just wear with age. And that's obviously the old style USA Monopoly box. And on the front you've got the logo, Betty Boop Collector's Edition. If you look there you can see Boop-oop-a-doop, as Betty would say. There's Betty Boop, the dice, the board there. And what you can't see is this is a slightly pink tinge, maybe you can see it. It's got a slight pink tinge, and then obviously some of the board, 6 collectible pewter tokens in the nice movie style, movie reel, and ages 8 to adult. So we've got 2 to 6 players, ages 8 to adult, property trading game from Parker Brothers, Monopoly logo, Betty Boop edition. There's 2 of the 6 tokens there. On this end we've got much the same. On this end we've got the same again. And same again on this side. So we'll have a look at the back of the box. So there's the board there, and some of the properties. There's the barcode, if you want the barcode for whatever reason. Game includes licensed by Hasbro, and then you've got the USA Monopoly logo there. So, the Monopoly brand is proud to team up with the famous Boop-oop-a-doop gal to bring you the Betty Boop Collector's Edition of the world's most famous board game. Whether you're a fan of Betty's early film days in the 1930s and 40s, or simply love Betty for her adorable image, this game will captivate enthusiasts of all generations. Vie to own Betty Boop's vast artwork empire that includes Betty's most famous films, treasured comic book strips, and artwork collections of Betty's most famous and beloved images. Every component of this collector's edition is customised for the ultimate Betty Boop experience. So there you go, custom Betty bucks replace Monopoly money. Custom title deed cards feature renowned Betty Boop art. Betty Boop wink and smile cards replace customary chance and community chest. Art exhibits and museums replace the houses and hotels. There you go, they're black and red there. And then you've got 6 collectible pewter tokens. Pen and inkwell, Betty, lipstick, clapboard, Pudgy the dog, and motorcycle. So there you go. That's the back of the box. Let's have a quick look inside. Sounds like there's something rattling in there. I've still got a house in there. So let's get that out. So there we go. There's the card insert. It's just got 7 pictures of Betty Boop, her name, and Boop-oop-a-doop. So I think, well, with this one being featuring films and things like that, I think a timeline would really be more fitting on there. That's just personal preference. But there you go. Have a look on the inside. You've got Spider-Man, Coca-Cola, and I Love Lucy. And on this side we've got the Wizard of Oz, Peanuts, and Elvis. So a few old school Monopolies on there, a few of which I've got. There we go. Let's get that out of the way, and let's have a look at the instructions. So obviously you've got the basic rules, but let's have a look here. Betty Boop, the beloved 1930s animated film star, teams up with Mr. Monopoly to bring you the Betty Boop Collector's Edition of the Monopoly game. Now that you'll be seeking to own valuable Betty Boop artwork, films and comic strips, you'll need to know the basic game rules, plus how this special edition differs from the original game. So that's all it's different. Here we go, all the differences there. And then just the bog standard rules. And then on the back we've got a picture of Betty with a clapboard, take 1, scene 2, camera, Pudgy the dog. Obviously Parker Brothers, USA Monopoly, licensed by Hasbro. And as I said, it's a 2002 edition of Monopoly. So we'll pop that up there and let's have a look at the board. You've got a sneak peek on the back, obviously. As I said, it's pink spaces, which is something a bit different. I think the inside artwork, the sort of art in the middle, is really nice. With the black background, it's really contrasting, which I think is nice. And then there's an image of Betty blowing a kiss. So we have Go, Bimbo's Girlfriend, I think that's Smile, Basic Betty, Screen Actors Guild Jews, New York City. So yeah, so the stations are all locations, I guess, that Betty's famous in. Dizzy Dishes, Wink, Any Rags, Sunday's Best, and then obviously we've got Go to Jail and just, in jail and just visiting. Radio Betty, Electric Betty, Letter Sweater Betty, Jukebox Betty, Las Vegas, Rodeo Betty, Smile Again, Lasso Betty, Cowgirl Betty, Free Parking, Hula Betty, that's Wink again, Surfing Betty, Bamboo Betty, London, Easy Rider Betty, Biker Betty, Bathing Beauty, Queen of Hearts. And then round onto the last side we've got Go to Jail, Holly Boop, Star Betty, Smile, Pin-Up Betty, Paris, Wink, Celebrity Betty, Betty Boop Talker Tune Tickets, and Classic Betty, which, yeah, that's all in the front of the box. So Celebrity Betty, obviously that very famous Marilyn Monroe pose, which is the same as the playing piece. So yeah, and then you've got Smile and Wink go in the spaces there. So yeah, I really like this board. I think the nice pink twinge is very Betty Boop, and as I said, the artwork is nice and provides a good contrast. So the title deed cards are just standard cards, nothing exciting on the back, which is a bit disappointing. But then this is one of the older ones where they tended to be. Oh, hang on, we've got something slightly different here. It's very hard to tell, but I think these do have the pink twinge as well. Yeah, if you look at them compared, yeah, they do have a slight pink touch. And then they do have the New York City, Las Vegas, London and Paris all have the watermarked images, as do Electric Betty and Bathing Beauty. There we go. So title deed cards, not overly exciting. We have art exhibits and museums, which are red and black. So you can't even see that one, so let's... Nice glossy black and red there. Okay, so let's have a look at Wink and Smile. Again, they've got the pink, sort of a touch of pink on the inside. This is Smile, so nice coloured cards. For all they're old, they're fully coloured. Hit the jackpot in Las Vegas, collect 200. Santa's Helper, collect 100. And Betty jet sets to Spain to run with the bulls. Advance to Go, collect 200. And then for Wink, we've got Forgot to Walk Pudgy, go back 3 spaces. Receive movie royalties from Barnacle Bill, collect 50. And Betty Boop becomes a film star, advance to Go, collect 200. So there we go, that's the Chance Community Chest. Now, if we have a look at the money, what I do like is the money is different. So you've got different images of Betty Boop in certain films. Unfortunately, I have no idea which ones it is. So it would have been maybe nice to have something on saying what film it was from or what piece of artwork it is or whatever, so we could identify. The only thing I can do is look at the board, but I don't have that open and I'm not going to sort of try and figure it out. So you've also got the heart there and a lot of hearts in the background. Betty Bucks on the front, Betty Boop Collector's Edition, Monopoly, and then obviously the image in the middle. So there's some kind of Hawaiian flower necklace on that one. Standard colours, so white and pink and yellow and blue and green and so on. That just looks like a standard Betty Boop image. That's some high-flying Betty with a furry collar. That's Betty in some kind of swimsuit or something. or maybe it's French, I don't know. That's again looks just like a standard picture of Betty Boop with a strapped dress. Then same again here, standard, and that must be classic Betty or something like that. So that's the money there. So it is good in that it's got different images on. I always moan when money doesn't have different images on, so that's good. But as I say, it would have been nice to have some kind of detail on there to tell me, or to tell people. I'm sure avid Betty fans or Betty Boop fans will know, but I do not. Dice are just boring, white and black, which seems to be, well, I know this is an old one, but it seems to be the way the dice are going on the new Monopolies now as well. And then my favourite part, as always, we've got the playing pieces. So these are the nice old pewter playing pieces, so they're nice, well cast. And there you see you've got, what is it? A copyright on the bottom that I can't read. So we've got Pudgy the dog, we have got Betty Boop in her Marilyn Monroe pose, we have an inkwell and a pen for Betty to sign all her autographs, we have a motorcycle that she rides around on, we've got a movie clapboard and Take 1, Scene 2, Betty Boop, so clonk. And we've got a lipstick there with Betty Boop written on that as well. So there's the nice view of the tokens. My favourite is Pudgy. Not that I've played this much. I think I've played this game once. Not being a big Betty Boop fan, and the fact that I've got a ridiculous number of Monopolies means that I don't get to play every one multiple times. So that is that. So yeah, overall I would say this is a good Monopoly. As I said, it's outside of eBay it's quite hard to come across, and on eBay you can expect to pay sort of around about £50 in English. And yeah, so hope you all like this review. Give me a thumbs up please, and tell your friends, subscribe, like, comment. If there's any specific Monopoly that I have that you want me to do a review of, please let me know. If you don't know which Monopolies I have, you can go back through and see my collection videos. I try and update whenever I get new ones. I might miss one or two, but generally they're all up there. So yeah, thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.